Hi, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about some of the steps I take to prevent the spread of disease and help keep horses healthy here at our busy Mustang training barn. So anytime we're training horses, we use a lot of tools, and this includes our Tip Mustang program. So halters, lead ropes, lunge lines, grooming tools. There's a lot of things that the horses use, and in our particular Tip program, they share a lot of these tools because they tend to come in batches together. However, between batches of horses, I like to do a lot of cleanup. You know, anytime you have multiple horses coming in and out of a barn, be it a training barn, a sale barn, anything like that, ideally you would do a quarantine program. Our quarantine is pretty limited because our entire training program is based on very short-term horses. So it's kind of like the barn itself is the quarantine. So that being said, we have run into very rarely, but occasional issues. Specifically, I've had a situation where a horse came in with ringworm. I had another situation recently where a horse brought in strangles, and actually that one involved a vet care, and we had to shut down and quarantine our entire property for about 6 weeks. But it requires precautions to make sure things don't spread and horses maintain optimum health. So let me show you a little bit about what we do here. I don't spray everything down between every batch of horses, but it's good practice to spray things about once or twice a year, and certainly after a known health issue. Now, for general maintenance, just an apple cider vinegar solution really works well. But for a known contagion, such as the strangles horse we had recently, we would use a bleach solution and really make sure to treat anything that horse came in contact with, as well as anything in stalls adjacent to that horse. We want to do whatever it takes to try to prevent the spread of any type of disease. And probably once a year or so, you kind of have to go through your stalls and fill those spots, shift the base layer around if you don't have rubber mats or some other, solid base, and just sort of level it before I put the new bedding down. So that's what I'm working on now. So when we do normal routine cleaning of stalls, usually I just replenish it with a bale of shavings at a time. But when we're doing an initial setup, we need to get enough of a layer in there to protect the base. So we'll use about 3 bags this go around and just hope that the next horse isn't incredibly messy. I like to give a good raking to my outdoor runs as well as the front alley. I also replenish some of my horse stuff to get ready for the new batch of Mustangs. It's always fun going horse shopping. Before the new horses come home, I like to make sure their stalls are completely ready with salt blocks, alfalfa pellets for extra calories, and all the hay they could possibly want. Another step was to wash all halters, lead ropes, grooming tools, had to be washed, sterilized, and we actually hung it out in the sun and heat to dry for a day or two. And now it's ready to all put back in the tack room so that we can use it on the next horses. I also like to toss in a couple of toys to make sure any playful horses stay entertained. One very important step with these wild horses is to ensure their gates are all latched and my backup rope secured. To the next closest facility, which is called a Storefront. It's actually a private contract facility, but they've got a big selection of horses, but it's all the way down here in Tennessee. So today I am driving through the foothills here. We're gonna make it a 2-day trip to try to make it a little easier both on Nathan and I. Nathan's with me today. But I also am more concerned about driving horses in the heat of summer. Never something that I enjoy doing. So we're gonna go down today and pick out the horses, do the paperwork, spend the night in a fun Airbnb. That'll be a fun experience. And then we'll load up and head home first thing in the morning. So stay tuned. Well, you know, we take a lot of pride in sending horses home with their adopters in better condition than they arrived whenever possible. So just taking these few steps along the way, being conscientious of anything that might be coming in with horses, all those little things add up to create a healthy environment. Tell us in the comments some things you might do at your barn, and be sure to subscribe. In addition to upcoming videos on our tip Mustangs, we've also got some really good training videos that may help you out along the way. We'll see you next time.